All right, welcome back to the channel. This is your host, God of Heroics. If my voice sounds a little different in this video, I am definitely getting over a cold, so that is that. But without further ado, let's get started with today's video. Now, I did a video not too long ago about characters that we should be getting in Sparking Zero, characters that were not announced on the roster, but they are characters that really should just be on the base roster. And today I'm bringing you even more characters. So if you didn't see that video, it's okay. You can still watch this video and go watch that one after, or you can watch that one first and then come back to this one. It's up to you. The first character on this list, I have to give credit to a commenter on the last video, Derek West 3 YGO. He suggested having Gine in the game as a stand-in for Fasha in the previous game. Have her as an alternate version, probably like with her moveset. He also suggested having her be the original user of Double Sunday, explaining where Raditz got it from. It would be a little interesting. I also believe that, Gine being added to the game would be really cool, especially considering that Bardock has his Dragon Ball Super look as his costume 1 instead of his costume 2 look, while his Dragon Ball Z look is the costume 2. So it'd be cool to have Gine be in the game with a costume 1, and maybe like a costume 2 would be a reference to Fasha. I agree. I think that would be a pretty dope idea. I'm always down for seeing more characters. Next on the roster, we are going to put Garlic Jr. here. I think it's interesting that they put Super Garlic on this list, but they didn't put the regular version because Garlic Jr. actually does transform, so it's weird that they put his transformation and not his base form in the game. If they're going to do a story mode or implement him in the story mode in some way where you get to experience the Dead Zone events, then I don't understand why cutting his base form out would be a thing. But anyway, his base form would be a nice addition to the game. We already have other small characters like Kid Goku, Kid Gohan, Chaozu. So, having a smaller model on your character isn't necessarily a bad thing. I just don't understand why he wasn't included. Speaking of characters who missed out on the form in this game, let's talk about Zarbon. Because what happened to Monster Zarbon? At least with Garlic Jr., you can just say that they're not adding the movie stories to the game, or that they're only doing the latter half of Garlic's movie with the Dead Zone and all that stuff. But what about Zarbon? Because Zarbon fought Vegeta on Namek, and Vegeta thought that he was far stronger and superior to him, and Zarbon transformed to his monster form and basically beat his ass, and then ran the hands again for round 2 when he died in a monster form. So if that's the case, then we're skipping out on all of that, and there's no reason to do that because Vegeta has a story in the game. In the episode battles, you can play as Vegeta and go through his entire story. So skipping Monster Zarbon is for what exactly? Next character is Salza. This is the commander of the Cooler Armored Squadron in the Cooler Force. In BT3, he was actually pretty fun. I'm gonna be real, he was low-key a character that I liked playing, mostly because of the Salza blade. The Salza blade, it was actually hilariously interesting, and I would love to see it again, to be honest. He was like the OG blade hand character. You know how like Vegito does it, and then Zamasu does it, or Goku Black does it. Before all of them, the key blade hand was a move of Salza. In fact, he was the only one to do it until, Vegito and then Zamasu. But he used it, and he had it with such sauce. Like, he comboed with it and everything. So I would love to see him come back specifically for the Salza blade. They even put the move in Xenoverse, and I'm not even gonna lie, it's a fun move to use. Last but most certainly not least is going to be Tarble. If you saw the thumbnail, obviously you know he's going to be on this list. My thing with Tarble is that he already has a fully fleshed out moveset that we can use from the Raging Blast games, and then Sparking Zero can add their own sauce like they've done to pretty much every other character in this game. Now, I don't know how controversial this take might be, but I feel like Kaba is a Tarble stand-in. Even though Tarble does exist and they stated so in Dragon Ball Super, I really believe that Kaba is the perfect stand-in for Tarble. They probably just didn't feel like animating him or putting him in a story or letting us see what he's really up to. But Kaba comes off as the Tarble stand-in for, at least from his universe, So I think that's partially why Vegeta, kind of trained him the way he did. But anyway, I say this to say that if for whatever reason Tarble is not added to the game, I would love to see Kappa have a Tarble skin at the very least. Like have an alternate outfit where you get to wear Tarble's entire fit, scouter and all. But that is pretty much going to do it for this list. If you have any other characters that you would like added, I can make a part 3 and put those characters on the list and even discuss why they deserve to be in the game. For now, please leave a like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. We are so close to 200. Please help me hit this goal so we can continue to rise. Anyway, please check out my previous video. Like I said, I did a whole video on other characters that should be in this game, and in addition to that, I have Budokai Tenkaichi 3 gameplay already out. I'm trying to beat the entire story before Sparking Zero comes out. I believe the first 3 parts to that should already be out, so give those a watch too. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.